Hello math friends, today we are taking a look at topic 1, lesson 2.0, and the video that you're watching will be shorter than the last one you had, so you got that going for you. But we want to make sure that when you take notes in your math notebook, that your notes are neat and complete. Neat means you can read them and I can read them, and they're organized and not scrambled all over the place. And complete means whatever I highlight or write, you write. And anything else that you find important, you can also write those things too. But let's get started. Okay, we are taking a look again at more scale factor things. But today we are, instead of increasing the size of things like in the last lesson, we are decreasing their size. And so the funny thing about decreasing the size of things using a scale factor, your scale factor will be a number that is less than 1. But you'll see that as we get going. Let's take a look at our very first question. Todd's school picture has dimensions of 6 inches by 4 inches. And you can see that right here. Now, you're going to want to draw that, but it doesn't have to be perfect or anything, right? Just draw a picture. Okay, nothing fancy. 6 inches by 4 inches. Okay, and you're also going to want to draw the table that you see here, okay? 6 inches by 4 inches. Now, for each reduction, that means we're shrinking the picture, we are going to figure out the new dimensions. Okay, well, first of all, now make sure that you copy this table down. Feel free to pause the video at any time that you feel you're falling behind. All right, so we're going to be shrinking the picture of Todd. So it looks the same as the original, it's just smaller. Okay, so 6 is the height, 4 is the width, and we're looking for what will be the new height and the new width. Well, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to change Todd's picture by a scale factor of 1/2. Now remember, some helpful hints. When you are trying to do this, you want to make sure that you set up what you are comparing. Okay? So let's set up what we are comparing. We are going to be comparing the height to the width of Todd's pictures. All right, now in the original picture, the height was 6 and the width was 4. Both of those are in inches. And now we are going to be multiplying those both by a scale factor of 1/2. So if we multiply 6 times a scale factor of 1/2, what is that? 6 times 1/2. Well, something that we can do here, and now hopefully you remember how to multiply whole numbers times fractions, but if you don't, here's what we're going to do. Multiply a whole number by a fraction. First we're going to take that whole number, we're going to convert it to a fraction. Anytime you want to convert a whole number to a fraction, just put a 1 under it. So 6 is 6/1, and we're going to multiply that times 1/2 because that is our new that's our scale factor. And 6 times 1/2. And remember, when we multiply fractions, we are multiplying fractions straight across. So 6 times 1 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2. So we have 6/2. That's the same thing as 6 divided by 2, which is 3. So the new length of the picture, or the height of the picture, will be 3. Okay? Now, another thing you might consider is you could consider converting any fractions to decimals. So if the fraction is 1/2, well, let's see, you could say, well, 1/2, that is 1 divided by 2. 1/2 is 1 divided by 2. 2 goes into 1 0 times. We put a decimal here, add a 0. We bring a decimal up here. Now, how many times will 2 go into 10? 2 goes into 10. 5 times. 2 times 5 is 10. We subtract and we get 0. So 1/2 is the same thing as 0.5. So If we multiply 4 times 1/2, that's the same thing as multiplying times 0.5. They're the same thing, 1/2 is 0.5. What are our new dimensions? Well, 4 times 0.5 on my calculator is 2, and remember 6 times 1/2 was 3. So our new dimensions are 2 inches wide and 3 inches high, or long, according to that. Okay, so remember, when you're trying to decrease the size of a picture or increase, you are multiplying by the scale factor. Scale factor. The scale factor was 1/2 SF, scale factor. Okay, now let's go on to the next question. We want to find the scale factor and determine the new height, because as you can see, we don't know the height of the new picture. So we can set up our proportion, and remember that's a couple of ratios that are equal to each other. We're going to set up the height compared to the width, and the height is 5, the width is 3. And our new one, well, we don't know what the height is, but we do know that the width is 1.5. So we're trying to find the height. Now remember, you have to ask yourself, what number multiplied by 3 equals 1.5. Okay, well, the only way we can find that out, remember, is by division. To find out what we multiply 3 times by to get 1.5, we have to divide 1.5 by 3. Remember, we have to divide the new dimension by the original dimension. And 1.5 divided by 3 on my calculator is 0.5. So 3 times 0.5 is 1.5. And what is 5 times 0.5? Well, that is 2.5. Now it's no longer a question. We know. Uh-oh, what happened to my 2? There it is, 2.5. 5 times 0.5, and that's the scale factor. We found the scale factor by dividing the new by the original amounts for the dimensions that we knew. So we know the scale factor is 0.5, and we know that the new height is 2.5 inches. How great is that? Please make sure that you copy all of this down. Draw both your pictures. Remember, they don't have to be fancy. Make sure that you do fill that in, and you are good to go. Now, the next two questions here, you will actually find in today's practice. And all you're going to be doing is finding the scale factor by determining what number multiplied by the original number equals the new number, and then using that scale factor to find the new height. And it's all about setting up proportions. Good luck, have a great day, and don't forget to be awesome.